Guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Lauren J, and I like to do videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. And today I have a haul slash try on for you. So it's Sunday afternoon and it's just kind of humid, and Ulta dropped off my order, or sent my order on Sunday, and I always feel awful when the USPS guy has to drop off my packages on Sunday because it makes me feel bad. So I figured I would try some of these products out after showing you my sort of unboxing, and then we'll get into what I think about them. So I literally just picked this up off my doorstep about 20 minutes ago, maybe half an hour ago. And this is a 2,000 point Ulta haul. So I cashed in $125 worth of points to get this, and it's a luxury beauty haul because it's all sort of luxury or luxury side of products, makeup products and beauty products. So there's not that many things in there. And so the first thing that the reason that I made this particular order was because this finally came back into stock, and it is the Le Beige, Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Tint, and it's in the color Light. Now, this color in particular has been in and out of stock for quite a while, and I have never been able to time it just quite right to get this to work with my points. This is a $65 foundation. I've heard wonderful things, but I thought it would be best if I picked it up with my points instead of, you know, splurging on a $65 foundation. I figured I would feel less bad about it if it doesn't work for me. As you probably know if you've watched my channel, I am in love with the Le Beige Water Fresh blushes. This is the one in Deep Apricot. I use it kind of as an all-over, not really a bronzer, but just like a nice little tint around my face, sort of just to give it some sunburnt look. It's a little bit orangey, but I think as it fades through the day, it actually makes just a nice little tint around the face. And then this is the one in Light Pink. This is the one I use for blush on my cheeks, and it is a very light shade, but it is very, very easy to work with. So this one is a little bit more of a learning curve just because it is quite pigmented for my skin tone, but I have been able to use it in a way that works for me. Same with this. Because of the release of those blushes, everyone has been sort of talking about this and the Complexion Touch, which just came out, which is more of a concealer type product, which has a little bit more pigmentation. But everyone, at least that I've seen review those blushes, has talked about this. And so I really, really wanted to try it. And as you can see, this is a full fluid ounce. Yeah, this is a full fluid ounce of product, and this is a half a fluid ounce of product. So you can see the difference there. And then it has the Chanel logo on the top, and it has the same sort of pump style. It's an airless pump, and it's got the micro bead technology, whatever they're calling it, in there. So I've heard that it's like a nice fresh drink of water for your face, so I am excited to use that today because it is so freaking humid out. And then the other thing, okay, there we go. Finally came out. You get this little brush that comes with it. So this is the applicator, because you are going to break up the pigments on your, you know, hand or something, and then this will apply it. It's actually like kind of nice. I was worried that it would look a bit cheap, but it actually is kind of nice and soft, but maybe just firm enough. So that's the brush, and that is the foundation. This is not a new thing, but it has recently come back into stock sort of worldwide. And I know that they're still struggling to get some of the medium shades. I know they have the deep shades, and the light one comes back in and out of stock, but I have not seen any of the sort of medium shades come back into stock, at least in the United States. So I picked this one up with my points. There we go. So really excited about that. And then I picked up a little color product that I have been wanting to try, and not that I really needed it, but it's a points haul, Ulta points. It's just one of those products that, since I'm using my Ulta points, I feel like I'm just treating myself. So I picked this up. This is the Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion. This is in All That Sparkles. This is from her Rose Gold or Rose Glow Flush collection, or Rose Glow collection. Anyway, so this is $34, and I'm not gonna lie, I am a little surprised at how tiny this is. This is a 0.2 ounce, 6 gram product, and this is, as far as I can tell, the full size. So this is the rose gold packaging. I've probably had something from Laura Mercier before. I think a really long time ago I probably had her tint, face tint or primer, something you could get for free from Sephora when they were really pushing Laura Mercier. Anyway, so this is the first like color product I've ever had from them, and this is the one that is supposed to be like I believe it's described as a dirty rose shimmer, which I love that. So this is the product. There's a little mirror in there, and then you've got something, it's kind of like a blush highlight hybrid, and I think there is an actual highlighter in this collection, I think, and I don't know if this is the highlighter or if it's a different color, but so there's like a couple of blushes and a highlighter, but this is again All That Sparkles. It is the Dirty Rose shade, and I'm really excited to play with it. I think I would have been very disappointed if I would have bought this for $34 and saw how big it was, because it is not that big. Not that I need more blush, but again, it's just sort of like a quantity thing. I don't know, but we'll see how it works. Really pretty packaging. I love anything rose gold. And then I picked up, finally, this is the last thing in the haul. This is the Nest Wellness Candle. So this is the Himalayan Salt and Rosewater candle. I've had one of these Nest candles before. It was the Chamomile and Driftwood. I like the presentation and the packaging. The smell wasn't my favorite, but this one seems to be promising. So this is the Nest Wellness style candle, and then you just pop that off, and it's pink inside, but yeah, it does have a little bit of a salty, not too rosy smell. So I think it's just going to be nice and light for, you know, late summer, early fall. So I am going to light this one up and put it in the background, and then we're going to get started with the actual try-on of the products. So I hope you enjoyed the haul, and if you're interested in seeing how these things look on my face or lit up, just keep watching. So I turned off my fan so you don't have that noise now, and I think you can see that I have lit my candle in the back, so we'll let it spread its aroma as I am trying on this new makeup. So let's get started, and I have already put on my sunscreen. I'm not wearing primer because it's just too humid today, and with my skincare, my face already just feels pretty dewy. So I'm just going to skip the primer and just go with the foundation. First, I am going to do my brows with the IT Brow Power in Universal Taupe. This is just a little sample that I got from Ulta for National Brow Day. Okay, so there are my brows. I do like this. The point on it is a bit thick, and so is the comb at the end. However, I do like the color quite a bit. It just seems to go really nice. It's not like brown, but it's not too light. So it is a nice color. I don't really like to make my brows stand up. I like them just sort of going off to the side. I know a lot of people like the fluffy brows. I mean, I have fluffy brows. I have fluffy brows, definitely. I just don't want them to stand up. Like, I don't really it's not my aesthetic. I don't really understand why you would want to have your brows look like you stuck your finger in an electric outlet. Don't do that. That's a bad thing. Please don't. But, you know, if that's your aesthetic, I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's not for me. And I'm just going to do a little bit of eye primer on my eyes because I'm going to do a matte shadow. So this is the About Face Shadow Fix. The smoothing. I think it's the only one that they make. Don't need too much because, again, it's very humid, and I don't know how long this makeup's gonna last anyway, so. But just to give the shadow something to stick to besides my sweaty eyelids. Sweating up a storm here. It's not even that hot, it's just humid. I don't even mind heat that much, but the thick humidity is just not my thing. Then I'm just going to take a fluffy Zoeva brush and go into one of my favorite Viseart shadows. This is from the Cool Mattes palette, but I can't remember. The name is on the back. But I can't remember what the name is, and I don't want to really pull it out right now. But if you're interested, I will do that, and I'll put it in the description box. So I'm just going to put this all over the lid lightly. Just to sort of even out and get rid of some of the bluiness of my natural skin color. So because it's cool tone, it's not quite like putting bronzer on your eyes. It's just like a nice, you know, something to sort of just deepen them up without making them too deep. And I'm not going to be wearing mascara, so I don't need too much going on right now with this. Just something real simple. So we're going to go in with the Water Fresh Tint from Chanel. Again, not a new product, but new to me, so pretty excited to try it. And we'll see how this comes out. There we go. You can see how that comes out. And I am going to just go in with my middle finger and break up some of those pigments. Again, this is the light color. I could probably get away with something a little deeper at this point because I have gotten a lot of sun this summer, but light, or the lightest color in any foundation, is usually what I have to pick up anyway because I'm so fair. And I believe this is, like the blushes, this is a 75% water formulation, and you really don't see the accurate tint until it dries down, but this is what it looks like on the back of my hand and on my finger. So I'm just going to take a bit of this onto the brush. And apply it. And yes, this is incredibly sheer. However, I do see it going on. It does feel very nice. So I'm going to take another pump. And go in and just mix it with the brush so I can get a little bit more on there instead of in the veining of my hand. And I think you can see a little bit before it's blended out that there is pigment in there. But as you can see, it's not really incredibly covering a lot of redness, but you are getting a nice sort of evening out. So it's not really, I suppose that's why they created the Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So if you do need a little bit more pigmentation, you can use that instead of this. I'm just going to do another tiny little pump around my chin. Has a very nice finish so far. I think it will, hopefully as it dries, it'll maybe just deepen up or cover up a little bit more. But you know, it's not, it is doing a little bit of coverage on the redness on my chin. And it's not exactly covering up my dark circles, but I do see a difference. So I would still use concealer with this, just like I would with my blurring balm powder from Danessa Myricks. But I'm not going to do concealer today because I don't feel like it. But I feel like that's just kind of a nice natural evening out of the skin. If I was going out, I might do a little bit of concealing or something around my nose just because it is very red and this just doesn't quite do it. But pretty worry-free. Probably like 3 pumps for me in the summer, and then who knows in the winter. We're not there yet, but I like it. It is just like the Water Fresh blushes. Same way to blend it out, same way to apply it. Seems like a nice product. So again, I would not have wanted to pay $65 for it, so I'm glad I paid for it with my Ulta points, which again, as I say every time, Ulta points are not free. You have to spend money to get those points. So it's not really free product, it's money that I spent. Anyway, you get my point. So I'm gonna use a bit of the light pink Le Beige Water Fresh blush on my cheeks. And this is a very, very light formula. I just put it between my 2 ring fingers to break up the pigments. And then I just apply to my cheeks. And I think the application with fingers, at least for this color, gives me a nicer, more intense pigmentation than you would get with the brush. Now, when I'm using the deep apricot shade, I will use a brush because that will sheer it out much, much more, and I need to sheer it out really. But this, because it is so light, you do need to build it up. To sort of see where it is, and then you don't really need to blend it out too much. So I think that side is blent out a little bit too much. This side is a little bit better, so I'm going to even it out a little bit. And sometimes I just apply right onto the cheek and then break up the pigments on the cheek. And because it is so light, you're not going to see streaks and you're not going to see unbroken pigments or anything. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion in All That Sparkles. Again, this is from their RoseGlow collection, and this is the Dirty Rose Shimmer color. So I'm taking a Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter, just because this is kind of a small pan and because I'm kind of doing more of a blush topper because I already have blush down, and I'm just going to take some of that. Just apply right over the Chanel Water Fresh blush. I think that looks very pretty and glowy. Just kind of like this pearlized finish over the Water Fresh blush, which is matte. So you just get a little bit of a tint there, just a little bit of flush. I like it. It's very minimal. Okay, so let me find a nice lip color and we'll finish this up. So I'm going to continue on with my luxury product theming and use my Chanel blush in 804 Rose Naïf. And this is pretty much just a clear gloss. With a slight pinkiness. We usually use it with a lip liner, but I feel like that's just way too much effort for today. I like it. Okay, so I like the candle. It's giving a nice smell around the room so far. Not stinky, just kind of nice and light. So I can deal with that, especially on a nice humid day where everything just kind of sticks in the air. I like this. It is going to be something that is going to be for a very, very light foundation day, and that is why I picked it up. I fully expected this to not have a lot of pigment in it, so I like the little brush. It's nice. It's actually kind of, I mean, it's not heavy, but it's got a little bit of weight to it. So that's nice. And then of course this is just nice and light. It's the lightest color they have, so it's going to be real easy for me to apply. Again, my Water Fresh blush, I still adore these. I still adore both of them, even the deep apricot. If I was doing something different today, I would put this like all over the outer part of my face for a little bit of like sun burntness, but just today it's just pink, 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 pink. And then the Laura Mercier Rose Blush, Rose, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it's the RoseGlow or Rose Gold collection. It's the Rose something collection, and the Blush Color Infusion. All That Sparkles. So again, just a nice dirty shimmery rose as a blush topper. I think it's really nice. Nothing too incredibly overbearing, just a nice flush of color against that lighter application of foundation. So very easy look. Brows, matte eye, no lashes, just cheeks, just, you know, smoothing out of the face and glossing up of the lips. So I find a lot of the allure of luxury beauty is just like the packaging and the experience of buying it, and you know, whether you're going into a boutique or whatever it is, but you know, the packaging, all the accoutrements that come with it. Um, but as far as the makeup itself goes, I'm not expecting much more than I would expect from sort of a mid-tier Sephora brand. I know I'm paying more for it, so that's why I choose to get it with my Ulta points instead. But I've definitely splurged. I splurged earlier this year on a Chanel lipstick, and I've definitely splurged on those Water Fresh blushes because the formula is so different for my collection, and that Water Fresh tint is a formula that is very different for any of the other foundations in my collection. So I am really happy with what I picked up. I think it's nice and easy, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing me try out these products. Let me know if you've gotten anything at Ulta lately, if you've gotten any luxury beauty, if you've picked up anything with Ulta points, and or if there's anything on your wish list that you're hoping to get. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of those would be appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.